Jammer, move! Watch for falling debris. Kellen, heads up!
This place is tearing itself apart.
It's landing. It's just past the ridge. Come on.
I see him. He's leading us right towards the weapon.
It's heavily armed. There's no way in unless you disable the mobile scan unit.
I'll find another way down. If we flank our approach, we stand a better chance of breaking through. If it comes to it, Kellen, the weapon takes priority. We can't let them use it.
Let's make sure it doesn't come to that.
Hey guys, KILLAMCKILLCAM here, and I'm bringing you another episode of Killzone Shadowfall, Chapter 9, Part 1. What you saw in the beginning was the end of Chapter 8, and if you watched Chapter 8, Part 2, you would have seen that I wasn't able to fit all of it into Part 2, and I didn't want to make a Part 3 for a 1-minute clip. And that 1-minute clip transitioned just perfectly into Chapter 9, so I just did it that way. So what we got is, you know, you're coming up the side of this mountain here, and you're gonna have a guy. He's gonna be talking about his family and how they're gonna take over Vecca City, and Stahl's gonna fuck everybody up. Oh bitch, take a knife to the neck. So I've done this chapter several times before, and the times that I've done it before have gone a lot smoother than it has now. And I don't know what the difference is or how these guys get alerted, but sometimes they get alerted when you shoot one, and sometimes they don't. Now, you got that guy there walking up the side, and he's going to come around the corner, and then you got several cameras that you're going to want to snipe too. But it's been in the past where I've been able to snipe these guys one at a time on this first part anyways, and none of them will get alerted. But I'm going to shoot this guy, and I don't think he gets alerted here, but eventually they are going to get alerted, and then I'm going to have 2 attack air drones coming after me, which made it a little more difficult, and here they come now, so they are alerted. See that? See how smooth that was? But these attack drones, these air drones, just make it a little more difficult, and it just makes you waste more of your ammo, because what I like to do with the sniper gun is I like to pick off as many of the enemies as possible from this vantage point. And these 2 air drones just made it difficult. And you see, I missed this guy like fucking 6 times. Usually that don't happen. So you're gonna see me here in a second get in trouble with an air drone, and he just gets on me so quickly that there was just nothing that I could do to defend against it, and he ends up killing me. But luckily I have 2 adrenalines, and I'm able to use one of them and kill the air drone. You know, it's a little frustrating, but it is Chapter 9. This is one of the most difficult, well, this is the most difficult chapter. You have to make your way all the way through all these different checkpoints, and in the elite mode there is no checkpoint, so if you die you have to start over at the beginning. And then when you get to the, not even the end of Chapter 9, like almost to the end, and I think it would have been like the last checkpoint, in the regular campaign. It's like you have to defeat Tyrann, and Tyrann is very hard to defeat. And then even after you defeat Tyrann, then you have to get on that dropship, and then it explodes or whatever the fuck happens or crashes, and then you're floating through space, and then you have fucking meteors and fucking laser beams and everything else trying to fucking kill you. And you can die there. And then even if you make it through Tyrann, you make it through the space, you make it through the fucking laser beams and the fucking meteor showers, and then you have fucking large ass turrets and Hellgas shooting rocket launchers at you, which makes it extremely difficult to get through that. And then if you make it through that, then you have an extremely difficult wave of enemies, and they're all fucking got these blue shields on, and they all are, or they're the ones with the fucking riot shields and the shotguns, and there's fucking several of them swarming you all at once. A very, very difficult chapter to get through. And this first part, I'm doing decent, but I usually do a lot better in the beginning. I usually don't die in the beginning. And so basically I'm just looking for enemies to pick off from this vantage point with the sniper gun. And look, I take this guy out with a couple nut shots. And I got 5 more bullets left, and so basically that's what you want to do. You're going to want to kill as many of these enemies as you possibly can from this vantage point with this sniper gun. And then use your owl to zipline down. Don't try to jump down, or else you'll just fall to your death. You have to zipline. And now in that room below, in that building below, there's ammo, EMP grenades, and 2 adrenaline packs. So make sure you don't skip over those. And you see here, I can barely see that fucking guy, and I take him out with the second shot here. So, because once you jump down, you're going to be faced with several other enemies. And I'm going to take out this air drone now while I'm up here, because as soon as I jump down and I'm in a gun battle with other enemies, I'm not going to want to have a drone shooting at me too. So zipline down, like I said. Make sure before you jump down that you take out the cameras, because if you get into the camera's view, and there's the adrenaline, if you get into the camera's view, then a sentry gun will pop up and shoot you and kill you faster than shit. And then your owl will revive you, and the fucking sentry will just kill you again. So over here, you have like 3 or 4 enemies, and the fastest way to kill them and disable any of their armor is to shoot that petricite. And then when you shoot the petricite, not only does it disable that guy's armor, but it disables or disoriented him, whatever the fuck. It fucks him up. I can't fucking pronounce shit today. So, you see I'm not rushing down to their level. I want to stay back to about mid-range. Makes it a little easier to pick them off, and a little easier to run into cover if you get into trouble. So, what you're going to want to do here is zipline from this point to that point. And make sure you don't fall in between, because this is going to be the first place you're going to put C4. And if you try to go all the way around, then what you have up above is one of those large guard turrets, like from Chapter 8, and it will kill you. Because what's going to happen is it's going to be shooting at you along with 10 other enemies. So this is just a quick way to get around all that bullshit.
Second charge set.
And then when you leave, go through this tunnel. And then basically you're going to blow up
I'm on my way.
both those C4s here in about 20 seconds, and it's gonna kill all the turrets and the large guard turret. And then basically, you're only gonna have like about 6 enemies left that you're gonna have to kill. And then when you come out of this tunnel into this room, you can reload, get a new weapon. The Hellgas weapon that I have now with that little grenade launcher and that ACOG is my favorite weapon. And I think I even used my grenade launcher a couple times. Maybe not here, maybe later. But I see these guys. I always use my tactical echo, so I always know where these guys are at. This guy tried turning on me. This guy's in cover, so watch what I do here. I don't even need to shoot him. Just hit that petricite and it'll kill him. If the guys don't have the blue armor, then that petricite will just automatically kill him. But if the guy does have the blue armor, and I run in here for cover, my screen is red and you see it's still blinking red. So I was on the verge of death right there. So I just ran in there for cover. And you see why it's important to always keep 2 assault rifles and always keep them both reloaded. Was there, the last enemy that I just killed, instead of having to reload, I just pulled out my secondary. So always keep both of your weapons ammo reloaded and the ammo at full capacity at all times. That will help you get through this.
Alright, I'm in. Get over to the entrance. I'll open the doors.
So if you've made it this far on the elite campaign, congratulations. The elite mode is very hard to do, especially with just 3 lives. And what makes it more difficult is that there's no checkpoints. You know, if you do die, then you don't get to start, you know, at a checkpoint, at the most recent checkpoint. You have to redo the whole entire fucking chapter all over again. And this chapter in particular, being so fucking long, makes it the most difficult, especially if you die after defeating Tyrant. Because defeating Tyrant to me should have been, you know, the end of the chapter, and then you should have been able to save then. But that's me, you know, and luckily I was able to do it, and I've done it twice. But it's fucking hard, dude. It's like it takes so fucking long to get to Tyrant, and you have to go through so many fucking enemies to get to Tyrant, and then you have to get when you get to him, he's incredibly difficult to defeat. And then after you defeat him and then you die, then you have to go through all that bullshit again. I can see why people say that this shit is impossible. And the game itself isn't impossible. It's just like how much tolerance you have for failure. You know, it's just like how many times can you try it and fail it before you just finally give up on something. You know, and it's just, I love Killzone Shadowfall so much, and it's my favorite game, and I want all the trophies. I want all the trophies from this game, and the Like a Boss trophy was the best and most satisfying trophy that I've gotten from any game because it was so hard to achieve. Now there's other trophies that took longer, like the what is it, the sniper class. I forget what it's called because I don't ever use it. I'm not a sniper, and I typically don't like sniping. I know that it's a part of the game, so I don't complain about it too much. I just hate one-shot, one-kill weapons, especially when there's nothing that you can do to defend against it. So those take a little longer, but they're not as hard because basically all you have to do is play a fun-ass multiplayer game and use that class until you've leveled all that shit up, and then you'll achieve the trophy. Now, to me, wasn't as satisfying. You know, none of the other trophies that I've ever gotten were as satisfying. You know, I have a platinum trophy for Battlefield and Call of Duty, and both of those platinum trophies wasn't as satisfying as this gold trophy. So anyways, this video is about to come to an end. Stay tuned for chapter 9 part 3, I think, or no, part 2 coming up next. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.